Hello and welcome to the 445 Productive Through Joy Show with your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. This show airs each weekday morning, hella early at 4:45 a.m. here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel, and 4:45 p.m. on Facebook Live. Guys, today we're talking about peace of mind. Whew, gotta have it in these very unpeaceful times. I'm rhyming. This is not even intentional bars. I'm just coming out, top of the dome. But peace of mind is such an extraordinarily valuable gift to give to yourself and to others. So that's our topic for today. So thanks for listening. Let's just dive into the topic now. So we're talking about peace of mind today. And point one is that you want to think about having peace of mind as an objective, right? As in a thing that you would like to have, to be conscious of that particular aspiration. At times we don't make a thing an aspiration in a very practical way. Speak about it, talk about it, read about it. It's more difficult to make that thing manifest. So that's point one. Do you want peace of mind? Do you see the value of peace of mind? And if you do, think about having that in your mind as an aspiration, which goes right into point two. Well, how do you get peace of mind? I mean, these are very difficult times in our minds that can be so hectic and chaotic. If you know the show, we talk a great deal about meditation, about various types of spiritual modalities, yoga, Pilates, just spirit, mind, body, trying to align, working out, trying to align the spirit, mind, and body so it can be of one accord. And that's one of the major ways to have peace of mind. Have a daily practice, because as we know, as adults, life happens to us every day. And the thing is, that's what happens, meaning it happens to us as opposed to being engaged in life and us making life happen every day. Too often we're acted upon by our environments, by the people around us, and we feel ourselves unable to have better control over how the world is engaging us. And so by having a daily, I call it a spiritual practice. In our family, we call it a spiritual practice, but you can call it an energetic practice or rituals. We call them rituals as well. Things you do every day. But there's something about a daily practice at around the same time, doing approximately the same thing. That's why so many of the world religions have these rituals, have these traditions, because it grounds and adds a structure to one's life that can be really helpful. Well, if so-called world religions, major world religions can do that, can we have our own rituals? And we always, on the show, claim, believe, and practice that we actually can, because that's important. It's a great way to frame your life by having rituals. So if you know the show, I get up in the morning, I do various things in the morning. And those morning rituals help me to really stay grounded in a world that's oftentimes, especially during the whole COVID fiasco, which was rough, that, my spiritual practice got me through. It's getting me through that time. I mean, although I stumbled and tripped, fell, face planted several times, but basically did pretty good despite the trauma that situation caused me and my family. But, and so, again, this is science, so anyone can do it. I just have my own rituals. A ritual practically can be something as easy as getting up in the morning and spending 5 minutes in your closet, just being quiet for 5 minutes. It can mean taking a walk when you get up out of bed in the morning. It can mean sitting still with a cup of tea. The thing is just to do it every day at around the same time. Then you can build upon it. I meditate, but when I began meditating, I couldn't get beyond literally 4 or 5 minutes because my mind was all over the place. I didn't really believe in it. It was new to me. I was like, meditation, what's this about? But as I began to learn more about it and learn about the history of it and the African-centeredness of it and the African roots of ancient meditation, that was a natural appeal to me, because I love all people, but really love Black people. That's what I am. And I like the idea that this African ancient tradition was available to me still. So my particular, and there are many different approaches to meditation. Mine is a Kemetic or ancient African Egyptian approach to it, because that's the oldest one that I know about. And I wanted to go back to the original source of the Egyptian mystery systems. And that's the brand of meditation I practice. But there's many other styles that can be equally effective to you. So for you. So just find what works for you. You know, there's not one path, there's many paths. But as you do it every day, I'm telling you, you know, the peace of mind that results in a daily, for example, meditation practice is, now I meditate, I can meditate. I like to do it 2 hours a day, you know, but then I wouldn't be able to get my work done. So I have to set a limit, but, you know, because that's my favorite part of my day is in the morning meditating. That's my favorite part of the day. I've gone from being able to do 5 minutes and not even liking it to now this is my favorite part of my day. And as a result, I can also take that throughout my day. And, you know, when I get distracted or upset or the Raiders lose, although we won last night, thank God. But not my, the Lakers won last night? I gotta check my sports ESPN scores. Pardon me, I just had a brain flash. The Lakers played last night too. And so when you can get into that daily ritual, it allows you to deal with the world that is so hard to deal with in a way that can be efficacious. So you want to think about that. You know, create your, I use meditation as my example today because I do several things as my rituals, as my morning practice, my spiritual practice. That's one of the major, that's the foundation, it's meditation. But you don't even have to do that. You can do something else, you know? I would propose you think about meditation because it's so powerful because it involves breathing and mindfulness and all these things. But sitting still with some tea for 5 minutes a day, that's a great thing to do. But do it every day. So, which goes into point 3, which is as you begin to become peaceful, have peace of mind, the people in your spheres of influence, your family, loved ones, etc., relations, are going to benefit in 2 ways. One, they're going to see you as more peaceful, as a more peaceful, calm, and frankly, happier person. And that's going to make you better able to serve them, be a better partner, be a better father, be a better mother, be a better friend, be a better colleague, because you're just going to be happier and more centered. I know that these terms are like almost cliches now, but that's pretty much what happens. But then also you'll be able to inspire them to seek their own journey. Because oftentimes people, when you are seeming peaceful and happy and joyful, people are like, hey, you're gonna have some haters because mediocrity always attacks excellence. Not always, but usually attacks excellence. So you're gonna find people are gonna attack you just because you're feeling good and smiling and peaceful. That's gonna happen for sure. But and from people who are probably close to you, and many people, and that's the thing. But hopefully a little more than half of the people who see it will be inspired, even if they feel a little weird about it, a little jealous and competitive, they'll be interested in what you're doing, and you'll be able to share, you know, help them be their greatest self as well. And then the result, because when people are in your family, especially, although it is true that at times folks in your own family will hate on you and, you know, do what people do, even when they basically love you or claim to love you, it's complicated with family, as we know, but you'll be able to help them just by your inspiration, you know. In my family, you know, I've got 2 daughters. Usually my kids, you know, you can't tell these kids nothing, but you have to kind of, in my family, all kids are different, right? But you have to kind of show by example for my children because they don't want to listen to daddy. You know, that's not always true, but that's usually true. So, but over a period of time, if I can demonstrate through my own life the benefits of these things, eventually, this is a much longer journey. Back in the old days with my own mama, my old, you know, old school parenting, you do what I say, not what I do. That's what I got when I was a kid. You do as I say, not as I do. Which I reject that. God bless my mama, she's great, but I reject that approach. And so, yeah, by living an example that can be that's the point. You can be an inspiration to those who are in your spheres of influence. And that's when it's great because they get a chance to, you know, in their own time, in their own way, self-reflect. Because when you're kind of doing good and balling and being happy and being joyful and also making things happen, it makes other people reflect. As I was saying before, some people are going to reflect and hate and attack because that's what people do. But the smart people who got some damn sense are going to reflect and like, damn, look at her. What is she doing? How can I'm inspired by her. Let me see what I can do in my own way to do better in that arena of my life. And that's pretty common when you begin to like grow in this way. And when it's people who you love and your family, your kids or whatever, it's so gratifying and beautiful and heartwarming to see people who you know and love get better because you've inspired them. Boom, goes dynamite. See you soon.